Oslo is the capital and largest city of Norway and the third largest city of Scandinavia. Oslo is also the demographic, economic, and political center of Norway. The history of the city can be traced back over 1000 years. Oslo was founded in 1048 by the King Harald. The city became capital of Norway around 1300. In 1624, a fire devastated Old Oslo and the city was moved some kilometers west. Olmekullen, the ski jump located on the west side of Oslo, was rebuilt for the World Ski Championships in 2011. It first opened in 1892 and has been rebuilt many times since then. It has more than 1 million visitors every year and is one of the biggest tourist attractions in Norway. Walking and mountain bike riding are popular activities here during the summer. The Vigeland Park is the world's largest sculpture park made by a single artist and is one of Norway's most popular tourist attractions. The park is open to visitors all year round. The unique sculpture park is Gustav Vigeland's lifework with more than 200 sculptures in bronze, granite and wrought iron. Vigeland was also in charge of the design and architectural layout of the park. The Vigeland Park was mainly completed between 1939 and 1949. The main attractions at the Viking Ship Museum are the Oseberg ship, Gokstad ship and the Tune ship. Additionally, the Viking Age display includes sledges, beds, a horse cart, wood carvings, tent components, buckets and other grave goods. Kon-Tiki Museum houses vessels and maps from the Kon-Tiki expedition as well as a library with about 8,000 books. It was opened in a provisional building in 1949. In 1957, the current building was opened. The museum was originally built to house the Kon-Tiki, a raft of balsa wood of pre-Columbian model that the Norwegian adventurer Tuhaira used to sail from Peru to Polynesia in 1947. The Oslo Fjord is an inlet in the southeast of Norway. Each of the islands in the innermost part of the fjord has its own identity and distinguishing history. Among them are Ovidia, Lindøya, and others. These islands can be reached with boats. We took a ferry ride through the beautiful Oslo Fjord.
আমি লুচি বেলতাবো ওপারে তুমি হাই এপারে আমি মাঝে নদী বহে যায়।
The village of Flum has since the late 19th century been a tourist destination. It currently receives almost 450,000 visitors a year. Most ride the 20-kilometer Flum line between Flum and Middle, one of the steepest railway tracks in the world. There are more than 1,000 fjords in Norway all along the coast, but most of the iconic ones are the Nairi Fjord and the Songane Fjord located on the west coast. The fjords resemble still blue lakes but consist of salt water. They are prolonged arms of the seas, often reaching deep inland with majestic cliffs towering above on both sides. Dancing down the almost vertical mountainsides are beautiful, sometimes massive waterfalls from the glaciers high above you. More than anything, the fjords and the surrounding areas evoke images of a Norway of the past, a time when people lived as farmers in impossibly steep and rocky surroundings, a time when you could harvest from the blossoming fruit trees and a sheep's head was considered a delicacy. UNESCO has included the fjords of the western Norway, exemplified by the Nairi Fjord, on its prestigious World Heritage Site. Gudvangen and Geiranger, the two innermost villages of the Nairi Fjord. The Flum Railway is an hour-long journey from 866 meters above sea level down to just 2. a 20-kilometer track with just one passing point, many tunnels, a bridge, and spectacular sights all around. I knew all of that, but until you get here and experience it, you don't realize what an impossibly great feat of engineering this thing actually is. Bergen is Norway's second largest city and lies clambering up the mountainsides overlooking the sea. Founded more than 900 years ago, Bergen has roots to the Viking Age and beyond. As one of the main offices of the Hanseatic League, Bergen was for several hundred years the center of prosperous trade between Norway and the rest of Europe. Bryggen is the most obvious remnant from this time and is today home to many of the city's restaurants, pubs, craft shops, and historical museums. Bergen is famous for the seven mountains surrounding the city centre, the Hanseatic Wharf, the fish market, and one of Norway's biggest cultural centres, the Bergen International Festival, which is held there every year. Ulriken is the highest of the seven mountains that surround Bergen. It has an altitude of 643 meters above sea level. Ulriken has an aerial tramway known as Ulriksbanen that can bring people to the top. Mount Floyen is one of the city mountains in Bergen and one of the city's most popular tourist attractions. It is 399 meters above sea level, looking over the Bergen city centre. The view of the Bergen Peninsula makes Floyen a popular attraction among tourists and city locals. The funicular system that transports passengers from the centre of Bergen to a height of 320 meters in roughly 8 minutes is called the Floibanen. It is an 850-meter long electric cable funicular that pulls 2 wagons. Bryggen, the old wharf of Bergen, is a reminder of the town's importance as part of the Hanseatic League's trading empire from the 14th to the mid 16th century. Bryggen has since 1979 been on the UNESCO list for World Heritage Sites. The city of Bergen was founded around 1070. The picturesque fish market in Bergen is one of Norway's most visited outdoor markets. The fish market sells seafood, fruit, and vegetables. The fish market has a charming location in the heart of the city between the fjords and Bergen's seven mountains. The fish market in Bergen has since the 1200s been a meeting place for merchants and fishermen. Copenhagen is the capital of Denmark. It is big enough to be a metropolis with shopping, culture, and nightlife par excellence, yet still small enough to be intimate, safe, and easy to navigate. Overlooking the Øresund Strait, with Sweden just minutes away, it is a cultural and geographic link between mainland Europe and Scandinavia. This is where old fairy tales blend with flashy new architecture and world class design. You'll feel you've seen it all in a day, but could keep on exploring more for months. Nyhavn, or the New Harbour, is a 17th century waterfront, canal, and entertainment district in Copenhagen. Stretching from the Kongens Nytorv to the harbour front just south of the Royal Playhouse, it is lined by brightly coloured 17th and early 18th century townhouses and bars, cafes, and restaurants. The canal harbours many historical wooden ships. Many of the houses lining the quays of Nyhavn have been the homes of prominent artists. The famous Danish fairy tale writer Hans Christian Andersen used to live in house number 20. This is where he wrote the fairy tales The Tinderbox, Little Claus and Big Claus, and The Princess and the Pea. The sculpture is displayed on a rock by the waterside at the Langelien Promenade in Copenhagen. It is 1.25 meters tall and weighs 175 kilograms. Based on the fairy tale of the same name by Danish author Hans Christian Andersen, the small and unimposing statue is a Copenhagen icon and has been a major tourist attraction since 1913. Mermaid is among the iconic statues that symbolizes cities. Copenhagen street food on Papyroi or the Paper Island in Copenhagen is the city's first and only genuine street food market. In the small food trucks, you can get delicious sustainable street food from all the corners of the world and enjoy it indoors in the raw halls or in the sun overlooking the city's waterfront. There is something very Copenhagen-like and something very foreign about the Copenhagen street food. There are scents of Korean and Mexican as well as Italian and Danish food from the small colorful food trucks. But the place, the raw halls and the maritime setting has a distinct Copenhagen feel to it. The awe-inspiring marble church with the characteristic copper green dome has to be one of the most impressive churches of the city. The church lies beautifully in line with Amalienborg Castle and the opera in the middle of the elegant area of the Frederiksstaden. In fact, the official name of the church is Frederiks Church. Amalienborg Castle is considered one of the greatest works of Danish Rococo architecture and was constructed in the 1700s. Amalienborg is made up of 4 identical buildings, one used as guest residence, one as guest palace for Prince Joachim and Princess Benedicte, the third is home of Crown Prince family, and the last one is home of the Queen and Prince Consort. In the middle of the palace square, there is a statue of King Frederick V from 1771. Amalienborg is also known for its royal guard. Every day you can experience the changing of the guards. Our Saviour's is one of Denmark's most famous churches. Ever since the Serpentine Spire was inaugurated in 1752, it has been a popular pastime to climb the 400 steps to the top. Here on the top, our Saviour himself stands on top of a golden globe and keeps watch over the royal city of Copenhagen.